Would you look at that? Is that not a thing of beauty?
Time to get you a pot. Heat it up. So go ahead and lower this to a medium heat. Probably close to medium high, but I'd say medium. We're going to be searing our beef right up in this pot. Now, over to our prepping area. We're going to get chopping it up. So what you'll need is roughly 3 to 4 pounds of an Angus chuck roast, 1 yellow onion, and 4 cloves of garlic. Now at this point, you know what you have to do. Hiya! Boy, you just called me the CEO of chopping vegetables with my hand. All right. So we got our onions and garlic off to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and season up this roast. We're going to sprinkle some generous portions of kosher salt and black pepper. Now before you flip it over, go ahead and pat that seasoning down. Just let it get in there real good. There we go. Flip it over. After you've seasoned up the other side, you do the same thing, pat it down. And then look, you'll go from here and just kind of put it on its side and pick up some of these other remaining seasonings that, may have fallen. So that way you can season up the sides of your roast the same way you season the top. There we go. All right, from here, we're going to lightly dust this thing off with some flour here, just to get a little coat in there on the top. And look, if a lot falls through, it's okay. You just kind of shake it off before you decide to sear it up. There we go. Got one side. We're going to flip this over and do the other side. And there you go. Now we're going to get searing. All right. Over to our hot pot. We're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of some vegetable oil just to get the bottom coated. And I'll pick this pot up and move it around so that way I can coat the sides. But not with my bare hands because, whoo, that's hot. So just like this, just, lean one way, lean the other. Just kind of get it moving around there, all around the sides. All right, now we will drop in our roast. Push it down up in there. There we go. Woo, that's a good sound right there. All right, so we want to let this sear up for about 6 to 8 minutes on each side. The amount of time you let it sear is going to vary. So you just kind of monitor it around that 5-6 minute mark. Look at the bottom. If it looks like it's browned up really good, that means you can flip it. The calibration of your stove will vary from mine, so just be mindful. All right, gonna go ahead and flip this bad boy if I can, without ruining anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice browning on there. Look at that. All right, so this has seared up nice on both sides here. Oh, trying to hurt myself. Ooh, there we go. Nice brown in there. We're gonna go ahead and take this and move it to our bowl off on the side. There we go. And then meanwhile, in this pot, we drop in our onion and garlic. And we scoop the rest in there. And we get stirring. So we're going to continue to break up the bottom with these onions. As they sweat out, they will break up whatever is stuck to the bottom here. Now don't worry about little clumps of maybe flour or whatnot that may be tossing around in the onions. That's all going to cook down in the pot here when we add the roast back in. So just keep breaking it all up. All right, we're continuing to cook these onions down. We're probably cooking them down for 25 to 30 minutes total. Right now they've been in here probably for a good 10. We got some browning forming on the bottom, but don't worry, we're going to get to that in a second. Meanwhile, off to the side here, I have a cup of water. I'm going to make a little concoction here. I'm going to use 2 envelopes of an onion soup mix that I'm going to pour in that water. Gonna add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. And 1 tablespoon of pick-a-pepper sauce. Which if you can't find pick-a-pepper sauce, you know, a little bit of A1 will do the trick. So just mix that real good. Let that sit until we're ready. Okay, so like I've told you guys in the past, when things are really browning up like this, you can add a little bit of cold water. And trust me, that is going to break things up. As you can see, it starts kind of bubbling, boiling, what have you. And look, you can break it up. And what's going to happen is the water will evaporate, but that good flavor and color will still remain. And just go ahead and do that. If you got to do that a couple times before you get your onions real soft, feel free. Okay, our onions and garlic have been cooking down for a good minute here, and they look beautiful, smells amazing. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my concoction here, just so I can break up some of the bottom. Just use those juices right there to really get the bottom broken up and around this pot broken up. Just mix it around real good. All right, from here, I'm going to try and move some of the onion to the outer edges if I can a little bit, so that way I can utilize them. I'm going to go ahead and add my roast back in here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it like this. Whoo, it's hot. Put that in there like that. Also take these juices, pour them in there because that is good flavor. There we go. From here, I will pour the rest of this concoction all over the top. As you can see, those dehydrated onions are in there. We got a lot of onion. That's why we only used 1 to chop with. And then from there, we're going to try to scoop some of what's on the bottom here to the top of the roast. If we can, get as much as we can. May need to get a spoon. There we go. Just place that up there like that. So these good juices on the top as this bad boy cooks down. All right, so I got a slight boil, but I'm going to raise the heat up a little bit just to get a good boil going here. It won't take long, I'll tell you that. Okay, now that we got that moving there, we're going to cover that up. Lower our fire to a simmering heat, and we will let this bad boy cook for 2 hours. All right, guys, so it's been about an hour here, and I like to flip the roast over because you can see the top portion there is not really in the liquid. So 1 hour one way, 1 hour the other, bam. So we're going to go ahead and flip that over right there. Oh, man, it's already getting tender. Look at how pretty that is. Whew. And what you can do from here if you want is to go ahead and scoop some more of those onions on top. You know, if I just kind of push it around here, they'll get on top. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cover this up, let it cook the final hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to remove the roast from the pot. But before we do, we will make us a little cornstarch slurry here. In this measuring glass here, we have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we will be adding a ½ cup, oh, don't shake too much, cold water. Whew. There we go. We're going to mix that in really good. And just like that, we are good to go. We will put that off to the side for now. Okay, so our 2-hour window is up. Let's take a look here. Ooh, man, oh man. You guys wouldn't believe how good this smells. Okay, so we're going to try to gently remove this because it's going to be very tender. Oh gosh, look at that. I may not get all of it. Oh! Whoo! That worked out. Look at the gravy we have left over. OMG. Okay, so typically I like to use 2 hands here. I stir and pour with this, but my stand is broken, so I'm going to pour and then stir quickly. So there we go. And then stir that around. Ooh, goodness. That's why I like to stir and pour. So I was ready to thicken up in one spot, but we got it. Look at that. Looking good now, looking good. All right. And just like that, we have thickened up our gravy a little bit. And we're going to be adding back the roast, but we're going to tear this apart before we do. That's it right there, broken apart. Okay, so we're going to take this and pour it into our gravy. Like so. We're going to make sure we scoop all of that out. Okay, we go ahead and we stir this in. Oh, look at that. Already starting to look like some good roast beef. Woo! All right, you just keep letting this cook down for another 30 minutes, all right? We want all that good flavor and that gravy to get up in that meat, and then we'll be ready to enjoy some magnificent roast beef po' boys. Now come back and stir that probably once every 5 minutes, just so not everything is sticking to the bottom. All right, so while that is cooking for the final 30 minutes, I'm going to show you what I like to do right here. So what I have here is some po' boy buns. Now look, whatever type of bread you like or you are familiar with, go ahead and do you, okay? I know many people last time I did this, when I did it in the slow cooker, were like, you can't use that type of bread. Look, I don't care, all right? Hey, enjoy yourself. Make it to your liking. But this is how I get down. So I'm going to slice these things down the middle on the inside. I'm going to take some butter. I'm going to lather it on the inside of these buns, and then I'm going to sear them off on my griddle right here. All right? Stay tuned. Okay, so we'll take some of our butter here, and we're going to just lather it across, a little bit at a time. Probably should get that a little closer so I don't drip any butter on the napkin. But this is what I'll do, okay? I'll just keep taking butter and putting it on the bread. And there we go. I'm going to get them searing. Even flipped them over a little bit just to get the other side a little toasted. But that looks good. About to take them off. We are done. Beautiful. All right, so we're about to put some of this on our bread. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. My lens is fogging up. Try to do this without getting a mess, but oh yeah. Whoo. Just gonna layer it down, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna keep doing this. You guys get the idea. All right, we got our meat on there, and I went ahead and lathered up the other side with some mayonnaise, because that's how I like to get down. From here, I'm gonna add my pickles first. This is just how I like to layer, a little, tangy action right on top of the meat. Love pickles. How many of you guys out there love pickles? I do. Bam. From here, I will put my lettuce on top. Try to make that look as pretty as I can right now. And then from there, some tomato. My mouth is watering. You guys probably can hear me swallowing that one broke apart, but that's all right. It's still good. We're not going to waste it. Ooh, look at that right there. And from here, I close it up and I get down. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to eat.
Yeah. All right, y'all, let's do a little run through. I'm going to start it off humming. Home.
That is a monster right there. Let me tell you, when you eat a roast beef po' boy sandwich like this, which I know many of them call them the debris po' boy sandwich, you're going to need a napkin. So let's go ahead and get one of those. There we go. All right. Woo. We got to tackle this bad boy. Listen, it's going to be messy, all right? That's okay. That's why you eat it with like chips, because then you go and scoop everything up. Man, mouth is watering. I'm so hungry. Yeah, scoop up anything that falls. Have fun with it. Enjoy. All right. See how I can dive into this bad boy the best way I can. Oh, man. Would you look at that? Is that not a thing of beauty? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. My original video of this, I did not take a bite. I used to just do the videos and not take bites at the end. Then I started getting a lot of criticism. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start eating food right in front of you guys. But apparently people like the bite. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. Here we go. Mmm. Oh man, that gravy in there is so good. I don't know if I already got some on me, but let's go again. Love a hot one. I'm sorry. It's gonna be hard to talk. You see that? Put down your chip. Oh, it's so good. Here we go. Another monster bite if I can. This is where you need napkins. Really, for the etiquette of this video, I'm not licking my hand. Probably not what people want to see during the quarantine anyway. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have once again knocked out roast beef po' boys, but this time on the stove. Do it to your liking. Make it the best way you can. Obviously, if you've done my roast on the stove, this is very similar. We modified some of the ingredients just so that way it wouldn't be overpowering as far as the flavor, the sodium. When you're doing roast on the stove, you know, you have all kinds of vegetables in there to soak up everything. So, excuse me. My stomach is letting me know, hey, buddy, we still empty down here. Go ahead and give us the rest of that. Oh, man. This is really good. So if you haven't done this before, please give it a try. It's very close to a New Orleans style roast beef po' boy that many people know and love. I know me personally, this is my favorite way to do roast beef po' boy. So yeah, go ahead and knock it out. But other than that, I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all once again for tuning in. Also, thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. It just hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm super pumped about that. So thank you all. But like I said, other than that, I got nothing else for you. But I'll see you next time. Y'all just keep tuning in. Hiya!
In my reality, what's up?